Who did she lose to again? Well, you know, she loses to the Shadow King. You know what I'm saying? She may lose to Ken. You know, she loses to characters. You know what I'm saying? 11's a bad matchup. So she's S tier. I mean, listen, bro. All right, YouTube. So today we are going to do the classic week 1 tier list, but it's not going to be for the whole game. It's going to be for Juri's matchups. As you guys know, Juri got stronger. Some characters got weaker. Some characters also got stronger. But today we're going to be discussing like who beats her, who does she beat. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to know, especially on YouTube. So Abigail, that matchup is still the same. I don't care what anyone says. That matchup definitely has not changed for me. I have no problems facing Abigail. Granted, we know Abigail can do some dumb damage, but I feel perfectly fine. Akuma, I think Akuma now officially is even. I think that matchup is even with his nerfs, his changes. He didn't really get too much per se in this patch, and Juri just got stronger. So I think naturally it just benefited for her. So also, let me just scoop that character right there. Alex, I don't mind this matchup. I think this is fairly even. I think this is nothing too crazy. He definitely got some changes. He's a gorilla now. No one likes him. And Juri got some changes to nicer neutral and everything. And I think it's just really overall normal. Rog, now Rog is a matchup that if we all seen CPT from my side, I am ass at this. Shout out to Brian F and everything, but Rog's been a bit of thing, only a high level though, that's been annoying for me. I'm honestly, this may be a hot take. I can perfectly debate this. I think this matchup is kind of even because I necessarily didn't have strong punishes against dash punch, and with jab or stand light kick into, or any button into light pinwheel, it was more so he can do it and take the damage because I was going to be super far away from him. I'd only get a button. But now it's in a throw game mix. If he does throw a bad one, also if he whiffs of dash punch and I catch it with stand fierce or even Karen type damage, and plus my neutral being better helps it. So I think this overall helps her a bit because this matchup was known for being very bad for her. For now, I would say so. But until I play a raw, it could change. But this is what I think. Birdie, I still think Birdie overall is still a slight disadvantage. Granted, there are stronger neutral options I can do in with punish game, but I still think Birdie overall still has it. He still has a strong ways around my fireball and strong neutral if you play it correctly. So I just think that that's still going to be a bad matchup roughly for her. And Brady really didn't get too many changes, so I don't think it's too crazy, but I think it's definitely doable. Blanca's even. I've played Wolfgang too many times. I kind of know this matchup. Just standard stuff. If you understand what to punish as Blanca and what to punish as Juri, I think it's fairly even. Cammy, oh boy, Cammy's kind of cheap still, but I think this matchup's even. You can whiff punish her more now. She has a DP to counteract the dive kick and everything. Juri's pretty solid on the ground for sure, especially this season even more. And I think this matchup is just fairly even. This matchup is none too crazy now. Chun, I think Chun's a bit of an advantage for me, only because I know I have ways around our fireballs and ways to annoy Chun. I feel like in that matchup you have to be annoying against Chun. I do believe that Juri fits that role correctly, and Chun players definitely I've done prime examples to people where they get so annoyed they start jumping, doing whatever, and I'm like, cool, that's perfectly what I want you to do. Chun just wants to press these buttons, and I'm like, I'm backdashing, forward dashing. Now I got this V skill. Now you can't throw fireballs. Oh wait, I got DP. You can't jump. And now you're gonna just press this fierce. Oh wait, this fierce is whiff punishable now. Hold that. And if I whiff punish you, that means you're gonna feel like shit, and you're gonna start doing bad stuff. Cody, I still think is roughly even. I think this matchup's not too bad for either one. Cody is a bit annoying in the neutral, but once you work around his neutral and figure out the game plan, I think you understand. Because you gotta understand that Zonk is a very strong like neutral, like get fuck off type thing, where like I can just throw it out and you gotta hold that. So if you understand Cody's like advantages and disadvantages, I think it's a fairly even matchup. Dan, I'll be honest, I don't love this character. I love him maybe like once, so I'm just gonna assume she wins. I don't know, Dan. I don't care for Dan. Sims either for now, I think, me personally, I don't mind facing a Sim. Even if I lose, I still accept this. I think Juri has a slight advantage only because the V skill and the fireball are pretty useful, and it forces Sim to move around a lot. Because if you feel like if you force a Sim to give up something of them, it kind of definitely helps you out. And she also has counters for when he does float. So I think this matchup is slightly in her favor in my opinion, only because I can negate some of the uses of him. Honda, I think she beats Honda. She can deal with butt slam. She can deal with hands and all that stuff. She has a better punish against his medium headbutt now with the sweep change. So she definitely has a bit better punish game slightly. But I just honestly think that it's annoying. And plus he can't absorb a fireball because it's a grounded fireball. So he can't even negate that. So it's just overall, I think generally a bit better. I don't think it's 6-4 where it's unplayable, but it definitely is in her favor. Ed, I think Ed's an even matchup if you play it right. If the Ed player is like bad and doing bad tendencies, it's definitely up here. But I think it's solid because his flicker damage is stronger now. And if you play right footsies with him, with just flickers, it is pretty annoying for Juri. But she definitely can handle it. And if you use V-Skill 2 properly, you also can handle fireballs. But as Juri, you can also deal with that stuff by whiff punish him if he does like bad fierces and everything. If they try and, you know, spray, like push their luck and everything. So I think it's fairly even. Falk, I am fully confident she beats Falk. My V skill just negates her fireballs. I have DP. I feel like if I play super annoying, the Falk player gets pissed. And I have EX flip. I have a lot of ways around fireballs. So it's like, if you want to keep throwing them, by all means. The moment I get a resource of it, it's like the same thing with Fang too. He has fireballs. I just V skill or EX flip, and I'm like good. Same thing with Gil. Gil, I know what he got changed. He's more fun. But overall, I feel like it only helps his offense, not his defensive side of it. And his fireball is still like, you know, it's his fireballs, you know what I'm saying? Juri can negate those. So I don't see it being bad or anything like that. I feel like he's just been the same for like the past, 2 years since he's been out? G, I think G is the worst matchup. Like, but it's in between slight disadvantage and like, screw this. Like, I think you can... It's doable, but it's very annoying doable. Where like you kind of have to play somewhat of G's game, but also you can play your own game. But it's up to you how you want to play it. Because if a G player is very strong in neutral, you're like saying, "Yo, I'm dashing in. I'm not trying to play this," and then they fuck you over. Now it's like, all right, look what happened. Well, if you try and play the neutral right and figure out his timings and everything, I think you can work with it. But G's still G. He's still the same OG that we all know. So it's still pretty annoying. Guile, I would say Guile's pretty even. He's got a couple of changes to his where his normals lie hurtbox hitbox wise. So it is we'll do it with the whiff punish him and everything. So I think it's perfectly fine for that. Sonic Boom change, V Trigger 1 change. I know he got like floaty jump more, so now you can anti-air him more convincingly. I know the V Trigger 2 loop whatever change doesn't really affect that. It's like more so a him thing. Ibuki, I think Ibuki's evenish. I think Ibuki's kind of evenish. Somewhat the same thing. She has ways around fireballs and all that. She ways around fireballs. She has, you know, EX Air Kunai. Everyone knows about that move. She's more so the same. I know she gets a little more conversions and everything, but I feel like the neutral thing's still gonna be the same going at it. I'm not sure if there's anything specific else that's punishable. You know, I think that, yeah, I think this match is just even. I don't really have much to say on it. I haven't played like Ibuki's in a minute, so. Kage, I think she slightly wins against Kage. I think she has better footsie and everything, and she can control his fireball game. But yeah, Kage, I think you can stop his fire game. You can have good neutral against him and everything. You don't necessarily need to store everything against him. So Karen, this blonde, you know, words we cannot say about her, but this blonde character, right? This blonde character that no one loves. She definitely got toned down. She got touched. You know what I'm saying? She got a bit changes. I would say she's still somewhat solid. You know, just gotta be mindful of when to whiff and everything. Here's my take on it. I think we win this season. Mainly because, again, Juri's neutral being buffed helps a lot of her situations. So if your neutral is getting buffed by like saying, oh, now you have more block strings, now you have more plus frames and all this stuff. Now you can whiff punish more. Think about it, like I can whiff punish Karen. And she'll be like, what the hell? Why'd I lose so much damage? Like, you gotta stop whiffing. You gotta understand your character got touched. And also, Karen does have annoyance, especially without meter, with light fireball. So I do believe that this matchup, I feel like, isn't slightly Juri's favorite, in my opinion. All right, Ken. I think Ken's even if you play it right. If you play in the common Juri way, it's definitely here. Because of this heavy DP change, which can go through projectiles and stuff, it definitely is annoying. But sometimes you don't need the projectile. You can try to just play the footsies battle. She doesn't do too bad in, you know. I feel like it's fairly okay, especially if you get a good fierce or sweep punish after he's like round or something like that. But if you guys are just playing neutral, I feel like it's fairly even. Also, keep in mind, if he does low forward EX or low forward fireball, it could be fake. You can EX flip through it. So I feel like that's a pretty nice addition to that. Yeah, I don't really have too much about Ken. Granted, the heavy DP change that affects like how I play it a lot. You know, as long as you play around that, work around it, I say it's evenish. This character got touched definitely in this patch. I would say she's a bit more whiff punishable. She does lose her a little bit of her reward for hitting you. I don't think she's too bad as a character. So I'm gonna put her in even again. I think this is fairly okay. Colleen is still kind of Colleen. None necessarily crazy to change. She's gotta keep in mind, again, some of these characters have a notable theme of stop whiffing, stop whiffing, stop whiffing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful not to whiff. But overall, I think Colleen's kind of the same. And Juri just being buffed and being a bit stronger helps. I think she beats Laura pretty convincingly. I know that, you know, if I ever face Iron or something like that, it's a different story. But still, that's a player matchup, not a character matchup. We're going by characters. Juri has a lot of answers against Laura. Like, it's not even a funny, like, every Laura I can agree with you. Like, you think it's kind of rough because of the Juri neutral and everything. She's very annoying. My life fireball goes over her fireball. And if EX flip at V skill around her bolts, I can stay meme kick through it. I can low forward against it. I can sweep it. Also, I got a bit more range. I think it's overall just a bit stronger. Laura, of course, can't 50-50, granted, but I think it's good. Lucia, I think she just beats Lucia. I think she's definitely stronger than Lucia for sure, without a doubt. She is definitely stronger than her. Lucia definitely has like run and everything, run V skill and all this stuff, but I don't see it being crazy of a factor. Just as long as you know Lucia's strings and you know her fireball timings and all that stuff, I feel like it's normal. Bison, I think Bison's still kind of the same-ish area. He's right here, slight disadvantage. It's definitely doable for sure, especially now. Like, I know Bison got V-Trigger 1 a bit change and everything. I think he's still kind of more so the same character. He gets more cool new things, but I'm not sure if it changes his neutral like that. So I think Bison's still kind of the same. It used to be just this. It used to be definitely like a hard 6-4, like Bison beat her pretty badly. But now it's definitely gotten easier over time. We can whiff punish him now. Whiff punish game is definitely stronger. He can be pulled into the 50-50 more of the +2 situation with like DP. Minot, I think she slightly wins against Minot. Mainly because the V skill helps. And also her just having a DP, a life fireball. Granted, Minot can't reflect it, but with the V skill, it's a game of cat and mouse. It's like, are you gonna reflect it? Because if I have the reactions, you know that I'm gonna hit you back. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's definitely a fun game of that. I enjoy playing against Minot because of that. And if you know how to annoy her right, then I would say you win it. So we'll go with Minot just to be annoying. Nash, I think she just convincingly beats Nash. She definitely convincingly beats Nash. You can't tell me otherwise. Nakali, I think she beats Nakali. She beats Nakali. I would say 5.5. I haven't played like crazy good Nakalis in a minute. I think just standard 5.5, nothing too crazy. Side zone's kind of annoying, but I also have like Fireball as well. Poison, I think it's even. Poison's still kind of the same. Just a bit changes. Mika, I think Juri beats Mika. I think Juri fairly beats Mika. Fireball is definitely annoying for Mika. She has to force herself around it. DP, I can stop her roundhouse charge. Mika's still kind of the same-ish. I don't see nothing crazy different. Rashid? Fuck it. I'm gonna just put Rashid here. I think definitely Rashid is strong. Rashid is still kind of Rashid, but with him getting toned down and Juri having better punishing options, definitely helps that those situations where he's throwing crouch fears on you a lot and EX roll one shot. So I think those help out for Juri's cause over Rashid, along with the EXDP change, and now his CA is less invincible and everything. Yeah, I think this one may be to Juri's favor. Ryu, I think Ryu is evenish. Yeah, I would say evenish. He has a bit better fireballs than Ken. He definitely hits like a truck. Ryu just is overall pretty strong, pretty solid, none too crazy. But I also have counters for him because he's so standard. I definitely have ways to counteract how he plays. Sagat, I also think it's even. Fireball War, you could try counter it. It's definitely annoying if the Sagat starts changing up his strategy. So he starts throwing like, I'm throwing fast, slow, fast. You know, he's changing it up. It's very annoying for Juri because if you can't get the resources to punish him for it, it can hurt you. Sakura, I think she does have like stand light kick and everything, so you can't really do like roundhouse or anything like that. You can't really do like really bad buttons. If played nicely and everything, and you don't do too much, I would say solid even. There's a lot of even matchups Juri has. Holy shit. Seth, even, yeah. Even mainly because you have V-Shift to deal with V-Trigger 2. You can deal with his dive kicks easier. You can deal with spin kick easier. You can deal with a lot of stuff easier because of Seth being changed. So I think it is definitely beneficial for her. Oh boy, Urian. Damn, this character used to be like 6'4", like for his favor. You know what? I'm gonna do a hot take. Super hot take. I'm gonna do that. Big brain move. I think with both the fireball changes, because the EX flip hits more consistently, no headbutt, no 3-frame. He can still punish like bad like fireballs and everything, don't get me wrong, but you have DP for knees. Aegis is a little bit slower. You have counters for Aegis. I think it's definitely, she's definitely stronger in the matchup for sure. Stuff was definitely annoying, but it was doable. But now that he has like a significant weakness, it could be better. Again, I haven't played like crazy strong Urians consistently this patch. I've been seeing less and less of them, so I'm just saying. Vegas even. Claw is very annoying. No claw is good. That's pretty much all it is. Claw Vegas are gonna just poke at you and you're gonna be annoyed, but once you start getting momentum and you find ways around the claw, and you start having no claw, it's definitely more doable. Zangief, I think she beats Zangief. I definitely think she beats Zangief. You can't press fierce, you can't press a bad button. I have more block strings for you to deal with. I have fireballs. I have a V skill. I have a V skill I can get me out of the corner, or I can set up another fireball for you. Geef is suffering over here. I say let them suffer. Zeku, I think Zeku's broken. Don't get me wrong, but I think Juri has a fair time with her. I think she beats old, but every Zeku does a smart thing, goes to Young, because Young has better footsies and punish game. I think she's just fairly even with it. Because I think she's even with Young, but beats old. So that's my take on it. I think she beats Rose. I definitely think she beats Rose convincingly. I've played Roses, and no one really convinced me otherwise. Think about it. I just feel very confident in that matchup, because I'm like, you're going to throw fireballs, and I get a V-skill, you can't do this shit. Akira, however you want to say her name. Akira's more so known for like her big roundhouse and fierce buttons into Daigo. She has solid pokes. She has ways around my life power with DP, but you gotta be ready for it. And if I mix up my timing, I could mess you over. So I'm gonna put her here, but I'm not quite sure yet. Only because Akira definitely has those annoying buttons where if I throw a bad store, she can just punish me, and that's go for a lot of the casts. If I do a bad store, I get punished. She could crush counter me and then do V skill 2 combos. She definitely has annoying air Kokokai. I don't know, maybe I should. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put her down here for now. I'm not quite sure on her yet. Oral, I think Juri beats Oral. I know Brian F said it multiple times, but him having fireballs and everything, and me having V skill and all these ways around it annoys an Oral player. It's just annoying for Oral player because if they can't get started, how else are they gonna play? You know what I'm saying? And Luke, bro, fuck this, bro. Fuck Luke, goddammit. Luke can eat shit. This matchup would definitely be like the worst matchup ever for everyone. That's what I think of Juri in this current update, week 1. It could change. Definitely don't take this to like for hard and everything and say, oh, just get set this. People say she's top tier to go to even or beat good amount of the cast and only lose potentially 4 matchups. I mean, does that say top tier? I don't know. But yeah, that's what I think of Juri currently. Let me know what you think. Take care, YouTube. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, see you later.